Your brain is being hacked at work every single day, and it's not by some shadowy figure in a dark room. It's by the very tools designed to make you more productive. Every ping from a chat message, every buzz from an email notification, and every last-minute meeting invitation is a small but insidious attack on your most valuable asset, your attention. We call this phenomenon digital distraction, and it has become the default state of modern work. This constant barrage of alerts creates a persistent state of fractured focus, making it nearly impossible to engage in the kind of deep, thoughtful work that drives real progress and innovation. It's a silent epidemic draining your company's cognitive resources. We have fallen for a great deception in the modern workplace. The belief that more connectivity and more communication tools automatically lead to greater productivity. In reality, the opposite is often true. The proliferation of platforms like Slack, Teams, email, project management apps has created a paradox where tools meant to streamline work become the primary source of disruption. Each tool competes for our attention, pulling us in different directions and preventing us from achieving a state of flow, deep immersion in a task. This is the core of the problem. The environment is optimized for communication, not concentration. The science of attention is clear. Every time we switch tasks, we pay a neurological tax. It's not just the few seconds to read a message, it's the several minutes to disengage and reload context, show simple line graph, focus level dips at each distraction with slow recovery. Research by Gloria Mark at UC Irvine found it can take over 23 minutes to get back on track after an interruption. Imagine that happening dozens of times a day. A seemingly harmless 1-minute interruption can snowball into a 20-minute productivity loss. For deep work, strategic planning, coding, writing a detailed proposal, the damage is more profound. These tasks need sustained working memory. This destructive cycle isn't an accident, it's a feature of the system. Fixing the distraction problem requires a systemic approach, not just individual willpower. The most effective organizations treat attention as a precious shared resource and implement clear policies to protect it. It begins with establishing a communication charter, a simple, explicit rule book that defines how and when to use each tool. For example, email is designated for non-urgent, detailed messages with a 24-hour response expectation. Chat is for quick, time-sensitive questions needing a reply within a few hours. Meetings are reserved for collaborative problem-solving or complex decision-making that can't be handled asynchronously. This clarity can eliminate a huge portion of daily noise. Institutionalize time for deep work. Company-wide policies like no meeting Wednesdays or daily quiet hours, e.g. 9 a.m. 12 p.m., prohibit internal meetings and non-critical communications. These protected blocks let employees disconnect and focus without guilt or fear of missing out. Some companies default meetings to 25 minutes or 50 minutes to build transition time and prevent back-to-back meeting fatigue. Make these practices the default. Organizational policies are only as effective as the managers who implement and model them. Leaders are the linchpins in creating a culture of focus. If a manager sends emails at 10 p.m. or expects instant replies on chat, any company-wide policy about work-life boundaries becomes meaningless. Therefore, the most critical action a manager can take is to lead by example. Visibly block and protect your own focus time on the calendar. Use out-of-office or status messages to signal deep work. Respect your team's focus time. When employees see that, it gives them psychological safety to do the same. Shift how you measure performance. Busyness is mistaken for productivity. Quick responses, dedication. Measure outcomes, not activity. Quality of a completed project is what matters, not message count. Set clear goals and deadlines. Trust the team to manage their own time to meet objectives. While organizational and managerial support is crucial, individuals are not powerless. You can take concrete steps to fortify your own attention and become what I call indistractable. The most effective strategy is to master your internal triggers and make time for traction. This starts with timeboxing your day. Instead of a vague to-do list, plan your day using a calendar. Schedule specific blocks for your most important tasks, your traction. Schedule focus blocks for deep work, treat them like meetings. This prevents interruptions before they happen. Okay. A leader's quick start checklist. Run a pilot. Select one team to test a communication charter for 30 days. Define which tool is for what. Set clear response time expectations. Model the behavior. For 1 week, block 2 hours of focus time on your public calendar daily. Do not respond to non-urgent messages during this time. Audit one recurring meeting. Ask for anonymous feedback on its value. If not valuable, cancel it. Celebrate the time returned to your team. Ask and measure. Send a simple 3-question survey to your team. Q1. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well could you focus this week? Q2. What was your biggest distraction? Q3. What one change would help you focus? Discuss results. The modern workplace is an environment engineered for distraction. Companies eagerly adopt the latest communication software, piling new tools on top of old ones without a clear strategy, creating a tangled web of channels that all demand your immediate attention. This fosters a hyper-responsive culture, where an employee's value is mistakenly measured by their response speed rather than the quality of their output. We have created a system where being always on is mistaken for being productive, a system that actively works against the way our brains are wired to perform at their best. The damage to your organization is tangible and significant, eroding a company's competitive edge from the inside out. First, productivity plummets, as the cumulative time lost to refocusing after each interruption adds up to hours each week. Second, the rate of errors increases because a fragmented working memory is far more prone to mistakes and oversights. Third, innovation stagnates because deep creative thought requires long, uninterrupted stretches of concentration that most employees can no longer find. Finally, and perhaps most critically, employee well-being deteriorates. The unrelenting pressure to be constantly available leads to burnout, anxiety, and a complete erosion of the boundary between work and life, creating a workforce that is tired, unhappy, and ultimately less committed.